Yeah, yeah. So many lies that you hear from the net, they don't get her respect. She reporting the truth, not a check. You want an unbiased opinion straight from the chest, not a bit of conflict or someone here for a check. Tune in, these are thoughts from a lawyer on a mission who goes so hard it's like she works on commission. Trolls in the comments might say she tripping cause they lack the knowledge. They don't know they missing. Got a couple current events that you like. Wanna know about law from the eyes. Tired of all these blogs running lies because their agendas are disguised. Tune in to the intellect, cause I'm sure y'all missing all the facts of the case that she steady is gifting. Someone here for the people, man, it's so uplifting. If you ain't subscribed yet, then you just omitting facts.
Hello. Hello, everyone. It's Pam Esquire, also known as your law intellect. I have my girl, the queen of reality reporting, Really BTV. If you have not checked out her reality stream, that's what she does. That's one of the things that she does. Say hi to the folks, Willie B. Say hi to the folks.
Hey people, what's up, law intellect? Hi.
So I can't really let me speak to some of you guys. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me all week. We have been covering the trial. Even Really beat them been in there when she was supposed to be at work working. Hopping on in there. We were talking about the YNW Melly trial, and that trial has been a trip. So if you guys have not been following it, I'll probably do a recap on that so that you can catch up on Tuesday. For anybody that has any time during the week where you can sit down for an hour, I promise you're going to enjoy the chat, you're going to enjoy the conversation, and you'll enjoy the trial. So what you think about it? Because you were in the chat as well for the Melly trial.
I was gonna say, a recap would be good because like I'm enjoying it. That's to answer your question. I'm enjoying it. But a recap would be good because it's not Law and Order, so people might have got a little lost. We had a whole 6-hour testimony on a gun, a weapon. But yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah,
the chat has definitely been entertaining.
Yeah, and that chat changed some of the demographic because we are a little bit older, so we didn't know who Melly was, and so we've had some 20-somethings that have been schooling us on who this artist was, and then I've had the ability to show people that are in law school, going for criminal justice or whatever. They've been able to ask questions. It's been pretty cool. It's been cool. So anyway, Dr. Mary McWilliams, good to see you. Tracy was like the first one in here in the chat. Thank you, Tracy. Willie, of course.
You talking about my girl Tracy Chappelle?
Yeah, your girl Tracy from over there.
Tracy don't play.
Tracy said that she want to sue Bravo. If they suing people, she said. She said if folks are suing reality shows, she would like Bravo to be the first on the list. So, Linda, Andrew, thank you too. We also have membership for all of you guys that don't know. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, I ain't get the notifications. I understand. I tried to post it an hour or two earlier. I also put it on my Facebook, my Twitter. I don't know what else to do to get the word out if you don't get notifications. So hopefully you guys, I posted it on my wall. So hopefully some other people see it. Hey, Baps.
Good. And let me say that is a YouTube thing. It happens to the bigger YouTubers all the way down to the smaller YouTubers. That is a YouTube thing. So all we can do is all we can do, y'all.
Yeah. So sorry about that to everybody, but I appreciate all the ones in here. Chef Don is in the house. He said he actually watched College Hill because child, I ain't even watched it since the original came out, like early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like learning as well on this. I've done a lot of learning this week, and So when I wake up, one of the things I say, of course, I thank God for waking me up and all his grace and mercy and keeping me through the night. Then I say, I want to learn something new every single day. And today was no different because what I learned is that people do not play about their reality shows. Folks are so invested. I have never seen it. This lawsuit that I am about to show you guys are going to be like, wait, what? You can do that?
Listen, they don't play about their reality shows. Don will tell you they get a favorite person, and baby, it is off and running. They worse than the Beehive. They worse than the Barbs. They worse than, you name it. They worse than all of them.
And see, I stopped watching I was a real avid for some reason, and Dev likes reality shows. For some reason, after like the first or second season, to me, it seems like a lot of reality shows get watered down. So I don't really watch them. I've watched a couple of seasons of it, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've watched a couple of seasons of 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup, Sister Wives. Like I've watched a couple of seasons of a lot of them, but then after that, I realized 5-6 years later, like they still going. Like it's 5-6 years and they still going. So
they tend to become overproduced.
The show that you really watch.
Yeah, some of them tend to become overproduced, and that's when they're not fun anymore because you can almost see the show being being overproduced and scenes being overproduced. So yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying.
So yeah, I used to watch like Ron's House back in the day. That was my joint. But yeah. So anyway, what we here for today, y'all, and make sure you share so we can get these numbers up or whatever. Because again,
oh my bad. Let me share it. I don't even think I shared it. Let me share it over.
Make sure y'all share it. So what had happened was, I don't know if you guys, back in the day, there was a show called College Hill. College Hill was centered around HBCU life, going to class, your relationships, just being on the HBCU campus, right? So, of course, because reality shows are such a big thing with celebrities, because everybody wants to be in the lives of the celebrities or the ones with money or how rich people live, like you almost vicariously live through them, get into their lives and their drama. They did a College Hill Celebrity. I have not watched College Hill for Celebrities, but from what I've read, because I was trying to figure everything out when I saw this lawsuit, it's essentially similar to College Hill from back in the day, but they got celebrities that are going to school alongside trying to get some type of certification or something. Do you like trying to get a certification to see if they graduate? And
something like that, you know?
Yeah, and then they live together on campus. You got projects, you got internships, but of course, because it's celebrities, it makes it where it's all rah-rah, like Love and Hip Hop or something rah-rah. So there were clips that went around. Where they, of course, with every show, they want to entice you guys to come back and watch the next season. So they being like whatever network, they do trailers. So there was a trailer that I did see on I think it was on the Shade Room. There was a trailer of the next season that had to do with this College Hill Celebrity. So I'm gonna show you guys what the clips were from that.
That's the whole point. You mix like me. You know what's your problem? Your problem is that you really want to be a white girl. Let's just get down to the point.
Joseline.
No, Professor. Let's get down to the point. Joseline. Your problem is that you really don't even want to be black.
Okay.
Nothing
this
black.
Was the second part.
Wait. No, you want to go there? Let me finish. There she go. Cry, baby.
So, whoa. So let me show you this last part. So actually, Joseline Hernandez, the one that was just arrested earlier this week for some violent tendencies, or last weekend, whenever that fight was. It was Joseline Hernandez and Amber Rose. I guess they're apart with Ray J and a couple of other people. and they're on this College Hill. So I'm gonna show this last clip again. So this was part of the trailer that was going around for the next season.
Nothing black.
She went there, let me finish. Wait. Nah, you want to go there? Let me finish. There she go. Cry, baby, cry, baby, cry, baby.
In class, it became a ghetto mess. And so Joseline was going to fight Amber. So there were people that was like, oh man, I can't wait till the next season because they want to see this fight. Well, some people, one particular person was upset because even though BET and the rest of the people in the network, they did not honor what that trailer said and show the fight. They made the executive decision that they were not going to show this fight. Well, there are people.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
There are people that were not happy with this. So a lawsuit was filed by one of those people that is not happy with this, really. And this is the lawsuit that was filed in the Superior Court of California. And James Camper has sued Paramount Global, Black Entertainment Television, known as BET, Edmonds Entertainment, because remember, Tracy Edmonds is one of the executive producers. This Way Out Media. And they give the nature of the background. So let's start with the nature of the background. We're going to stop every now and then and get some reaction. This is a consumer protection action arising out of defendants' false, deceptive, and misleading advertising of season 2 for the show College Hill, Celebrity Edition, which is broadcast on BET Plus, an online subscription-based streaming service. As a lover of television, movies, films, documentaries, and reality shows, plaintiffs subscribed to BET Plus after viewing College Hill's 2-minute trailer posted to social media and video sharing platforms. In that trailer, defendants conveyed to the public that there would be an intense disagreement regarding racial identity between two of the show's stars. In fact, based on the trailer and other press interviews with other platforms, there was a physical altercation between the two members regarding this disagreement. Defendants are fully aware that people who enjoy reality television tune in partially and sometimes wholly for disagreements and to witness intense altercations between the cast based on this knowledge. Defendants exploited the emotions of viewers by making it seem that the advertised physical altercation would be shown during an episode, but then altogether refusing to show it at all. Defendants were fully aware that if they had advertised to viewers that the physical fight would not be shown, most viewers likely would not have been interested in the season anymore, nor would viewers have tuned in with vigorous dedication. Therefore, defendants intentionally hid the fact in order to gain a multitude of subscriptions and viewers. Plaintiff would not have been interested in watching College Hill absent the disagreement and physical fight between the cast being shown in its entirety. Plaintiff subscribed to the subscription service and invested hours of time in watching College Hill, mostly to eventually watch the altercation and disagreements. If defendants had been honest in their advertising, plaintiff would not have watched the show nor subscribed to the service. The evidence will show that defendants intentionally deceived plaintiff and millions of others by leading viewers to believe that the show and season would contain certain content. Plaintiff and many other viewers tuned in and subscribed to the show specifically to watch the advertised physical altercation between the feuding cast. I need to know what you think about this reality over here, really, B. What you think?
This is a whole mess. Now, I forgot that this was on the paid service. So you're going to put it behind a paywall with false advertising. Now, listen, I'm not saying that this rises to the level of a lawsuit, but I can definitely understand being irritated. You only subscribe, you pay them this money because you just want to see Joseline and Amber Rose fight. You wait through 4 episodes of some stuff you don't even care about just to get to the fight, only for the fight to be eliminated when the whole trailer had the fight. That Joseline did interviews about the fight. They talked about the fight all over the internet. Listen, I understand the irritation.
And he actually may have, if you look at the counts and you look at what you have to plead. Now, what he asking for is ridiculous, but we'll get to that. But when he look, it's not like what he's saying is really not true. Now, to take it to the level I'm gonna sue you for it is a whole different level.
Yeah, I would have never thought of taking it to a lawsuit, but I definitely understand feeling like, wait a minute, it'd be different if it was on just a regular BET when you just paying your cable bill anyway. But if you specifically paid to see one thing and it ain't there, listen, I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. When you first look at, like, I don't know if it's that deep for me. Just period. It just ain't that deep for me. But do you have a cause of action is really what the question is. Do you have, after we go over the law, when we go through the facts, because we start out, of course, with the jurisdiction and the parties. So I'm going to let everybody know, we all know pretty much who the defendants are. But the plaintiff described himself as the plaintiff is a lover of films, movies, scripted shows, reality television, and documentary specials. Due to plaintiff's rigorous schedule, plaintiff is very particular about shows that he decides to engage in and make commitments to watching, based solely on the intriguing trailer that defendants released to the public and other press interviews regarding the season, like you just mentioned, really be. Plaintiff made a decision to add College Hill to his roster and watching on a weekly basis. And this is a well put together complaint. He's pro se, which means he doesn't have an attorney. But this is really a well put together. When I was reading it, I was like, okay, because usually you kind of see people all over the place. And
he watched a lot of Law and Order. That's one of the songs. That's one of the shows on his roster. He watched a lot of Law and Order.
So let's go to the general allegations, okay? Plaintiff is a lover of films, movies, scripted reality television, and documentary specials. Due to plaintiff's rigorous schedule, plaintiff is very particular about shows that he decides to engage in, makes commitment to watching on a weekly basis. College Hill is a reality show where multiple celebrities are put under one roof to potentially gain college credentials that they did not earn in their younger years due to pursuing fame and fortune. I guess I probably should have read his stuff instead of coming up with my guess and synopsis, because he just explained to you guys what College Hill is. The show is largely based on a respective college campus, which changes from season to season. While there are portions of the show that are uplifting and personal to the lives of the respective cast, there are other portions that are dramatic and showing extreme conflict between the cast. On April 25th, 2022, defendants released a trailer for the upcoming season of College Hill Celebrity Edition. The trailer was released to social media and video sharing platforms. The trailer revealed a cast of social media influencers, singers, actresses, athletes, and reality television stars, including Raymond Norwood, Ray J, Parker McKenna, Posey, Quaylon Rogers, Orion Browner, Iman Schumer, Tiffany Pollard. Who is that? New York? Ain't that her name from Flavor Flav? Amber Levant.
Yeah.
Amber Levanchuk. So I guess that's Amber Rose. And Joseline Hernandez. We all know who Joseline is, the Puerto Rican princess. In the trailer, defendants conveyed to potential viewers that the upcoming season would show certain cast members oversleeping and being too drunk to attend class, an unlikely romance between certain cast members, difficulty in certain cast members being able to complete classroom tasks and assignments, conflict between two certain cast members about the death of a pet, several conversations regarding a certain cast member's confusion on racial identity, and lastly, an extreme disagreement and argument between two cast members regarding racial identity. So he's explaining what the trailer was showing. In the trailer, directly surrounding the moment that the two feuding cast members were arguing about racial identity, Miss Levenchuk gets out of her seat to confront Miss Hernandez. So Amber and Joseline. The trailer then cuts to a third cast member who is in distress and yells, "Oh my God!" This is also surrounded with other cast member voices yelling and saying, "No, no!" Based on the content of the trailer, defendants were conveying up to potential viewers that there would be a physical altercation between Amber and Joseline. Based on the intriguing trailer that defendants released to the public and other press interviews regarding the season, plaintiff made a decision to add College Hill to his roster and watching on a weekly basis. So what do? You like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let me put that in my calendar.
That's what I do. Real talk. Seriously. Now listen. Like, for example, I had stopped watching Love and Hip Hop. I was like, I'm over it. It's too produced. It's just not giving me nothing. But baby, they dropped that trailer. I said, we putting this back in the lineup. I said, I'm gonna give it a couple of episodes and I'm gonna see what it's doing. So I can see
it's some truth to what he's saying then, huh? It's some truth.
Well, I mean, the purpose of a trailer is to get you to watch the show, right?
Right. So
when they dropped the trailer, he even had the date. He remembered the day they dropped the trailer. I said, dang. He said, April 22nd at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
This is a well-written complaint. I'm gonna say it again. So anyway, plaintiffs subscribe to BET Plus, which is an online subscription-based service owned and operated by defendant Black Entertainment Television LLC, with hopes of watching all incidents and content that was portrayed in the show trailer. The cost for the service is $9.99 a month.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Beginning on May 11th, 2023, which is the day of the season's premiere, plaintiffs began to watch weekly episodes of the promoted season of College Hill. During the ending credits for the episode of May 28, 2023, the fourth episode, it was promoted via video once again that there would be a physical altercation between Mr. Levenchuk and Miss Hernandez during the next episode. Upon watching the next episode of June 4th, 2023, he got all the dates because this was in his calendar.
I'm telling you. This man is disturbed. He is upset.
Upon watching the next episode of June 4, 2023, which is the fifth episode, when the conflict regarding the discussion on racial identity erupted, defendants flashed the following message across the screen, quote, "Out of respect for all parties involved, we have chosen not to show this fight." He has it as an exhibit that I'm going to show you guys, okay? Matter of fact, what is that, page 6? Let me go down to that page real quick so you guys can see the exhibit. This is what he's talking about.
He did not include a picture of the screen.
He did. He did.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. Okay.
That man was mad about that.
Mm-hmm. He was not happy. At no point before the episode aired, at any point throughout the then 5 air episodes, the defendant ever conveyed to plaintiff that the fight would not be shown. It was only after plaintiff subscribed and watched hours upon hours of the show that plaintiff and other viewers were finally told the truth about a fight that would not be shown. On or about
that's true. They never said anything. They never said anything until that episode aired, and people were like, "What?" So he ain't lying. He ain't lying. Keep going.
He's telling the truth. Really, that's how it happened.
That's what had happened. He is telling the truth.
On or about May 25th, 2023, which was in the middle of while the season was airing, one of the cast members, Miss Hernandez or Joseline did an interview on the show Drink Champs. Oh, he been following them too. He like, I want to see what y'all got to say on the Revolt TV network. The interview was posted to video. Wait, the interview was posted to video sharing platform YouTube. During this interview, Ms. Hernandez addressed the physical altercation between Lev and Chuck, stating, quote, I got in a fight on College Hill. Somebody attacked me. I put their head through that mother effing glass. When the biatch attacked me, I dog walked that biatch. They expelled me from school. I asked, I get attacked, but I get expelled, end quote. Based on this fight being discussed by a cast member on a public platform in the middle of the season and before the physical altercation was set to air on the 5th episode, it can only logically be concluded that it was part of a press tour and was stated to induce people to tune into the ongoing season. Based on the content of the trailer. Go ahead, say what you have to say.
I'm just saying, the more you read, the more I'm thinking. I'll let you know what. Keep going. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
It's okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Based on the contents of the trailer and the contents of Joseline's interview, a reasonable person will conclude that if they subscribe to the subscription service, they would be privy to a physical altercation regarding racial identity between Joseline and Amber. Although defendants did not show any content or remnants of the physical altercation between Joseline and Amber in an effort to further deceive and manipulate the public that there would be a fight shown during the season, they released a screenshot of the two engaging in a physical altercation to the media. The screenshot is not a video, but essentially a picture that shows the two cast members physically attacking one another. This screenshot was disseminated all over social media and further cemented to the public that not only would there be a physical altercation, but it will be shown during the season. Come on, let's go down to Exhibit C, because
I know what picture he's talking about too. This is the same picture that's everywhere. Yeah, I knew.
Mr. Cooper not playing with y'all. He got exhibits to back up his theories and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got some of my Melly crew over here. We got my niece Asia's in the house.
Hey, Asia.
We got Tion. Asia done named everybody when we watching the Melly trial. So
the Melly
T-Money, Carmel, Kimmy, hey. Leela, hey. Thank you guys for tuning in. So that is the picture of the fight that, according to Mr. Cooper, that was going around, and he does not appreciate it at all. So so we went through that part. Ooh. Defendants' actions were made to secure viewership and subscription by intentional false advertisement and causing deception of viewers. Plaintiff would not have subscribed or watched the show if he had known the trailer was inaccurate and would only show certain portions of the content. So his first cause of action, he is suing a violation of California's unfair competition law. He said the UCL defines unfair competition to include any unlawful, unfair, or fraudulent business act or practice, as well as any unfair, deceptive, untrue, or misleading advertisement. And that's against all defendants. In the course of conducting business, defendants committed unlawful business practices by, among other things, making the representations, which also constitutes advertising within the meaning of Section 17200, and omissions of material facts, and violating Civil Code Sections 1572, 1573, 1709, 1711, 1770, sub A5, 7916, and Business and Professional Code Sections 17200, and the whole sequence of it, and the common law. He said, y'all done violated way too many laws. In the course of conducting business, the defendant committed, quote, unfair business practices by, among other things, making the representation, which also constitutes advertising within the meaning of Section 17200, and omissions of material facts regarding College Hill in its advertising, Plaintiff paid for a product that did not deliver the content promised by said advertising. While plaintiff was harmed, defendants were unjustly enriched by its false misrepresentations and omissions. As a result, defendant's conduct is unfair as it offended an established public policy. Further, defendant engaged in immoral, unethical, oppressive, and unscrupulous activities that are substantially injurious to consumers. He is not. Come on, Mr. Cooper.
He ain't playing with y'all.
He not playing with y'all. Listen, he is not playing with BET and Tracy. And
listen, if Tyler Perry is the new owner of BET, cut that man a check. Just get that man. Cut that man a little piece of something.
He need a check just for this well-crafted complaint. Come on.
This is. Listen, I need to know if he's in law school or paralegal or something because he is not playing with y'all.
Plaintiff alleges violations of consumer protection, unfair competition, and truth in advertising laws in California, resulting in harm to plaintiff and other consumers. Defendants' acts and omissions violate and offend the public policy against engaging in false and misleading advertising, unfair competition, and deceptive conduct towards consumer. This conduct constitutes violation of the unfair prong of the business and professional code. Yeah, you use prong. He in somebody's law school. Business and Professional Code Section 17200 also prohibits any fraudulent business act or practice. In the course of conducting business, defendants committed fraudulent business acts or practices by, among other things, making the representations, which also constitute advertising within the meaning of Section 17200, and omissions of material fact regarding College Hill by advertising certain content that ultimately was not accessible to the viewers. He said y'all lied. In a very fancy way. Defendants' actions, claims, omissions, and misleading statements were also false, misleading, and deceptive to the consuming public within the meaning of Business and Professional Code, Section 7.
Your super chat.
What? Let me see. I gotta see. I was reading. Now, you know I'll be getting caught up in my.
I'm sorry. That was funny.
This is certainly not. I'm not playing with you, Mr. CKB. Not today. I'm not doing it today. I'm trying to get through this complaint, this well-drafted complaint. Plaintiff was deceived as a result of his reliance on defendant's material misrepresentations and omissions. The reliance has caused harm to plaintiff who paid to view or purchase accessibility to College Hill. Plaintiff has suffered injury, in fact, losing money and time. I guess he said, I get paid for my time, so I feel him for that. As a result of paying to view College Hill due to defendant's unlawful, unfair, and fraudulent practices, defendants knew and intended that its material misrepresentations and omissions would be likely to deceive and harm the consuming public and result in consumers making payments to consume the advertised content. As a result of the deception, defendants were unjustly enriched by receiving views and subscriptions from plaintiff for providing content that was not included in the advertising promotion. Plaintiff would not have subscribed or watched the show if he had known the trailer was inaccurate and would only show certain portions of the content. Defendant has violated the unfair competition law and plaintiff is entitled to remedies. That is the first cause of action.
I'm with him. He just sold me.
Get a class action, man. He
just sold me. He just sold me.
His second cause of action is violation of California's false advertisement law. Again, that's against all defendants. The FAL in relevant part states, quote, it is unlawful for any corporation with intent to dispose of personal property to induce the public to enter into any obligations relating thereto to make or disseminate or cause to be made or disseminated from the state before the public in any state, in any newspaper or other publication or any advertising device, or by public outcry or proclamation or in any other manner or means whatsoever, including over the internet, any statement which is untrue or misleading and which is known or which by the exercise of reasonable care should be known to be untrue or misleading. Well, all right, Mr. Kuba. The required intent is the intent to dispose of property, not the intent to mislead the public in the disposition of such property. Defendant violated FAL by making false and misleading representations in the trailer for College Hill, when in reality, they fully knew they were not going to display this content. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's untrue or misleading advertising, plaintiff has suffered injury in fact, losing money and time invested in watching the show. Plaintiff would not have subscribed or watched the show if he had known the trailer was inaccurate and would only show certain portions of the content. Defendants have violated the false advertising law, and plaintiff is entitled to remedies. And he has a third cause of action: violation of California's Consumers Remedies Act. The CRA states, quote, any unfair methods or deceptive practices undertaken by any person in a transaction intended to result or which results in the sale or lease of goods or services to a consumer are unlawful, including using deceptive misrepresentations, representing that goods or services have uses and benefits which they do not have, disparaging the goods or services by false or misleading advertising representation of fact, and advertising goods or services with intent not to sell them as advertised.
Listen.
I need to hire Mr. Cooper.
Damn. He sold me. Listen, I wish I was reviewing College Hill because I would ask if I could get on the lawsuit with him. At this point, I want a piece. I wish I was reviewing it. I
don't even watch it, and I feel like I've been deceived, and I haven't even watched it.
Me too. Now I really am sitting here thinking, like, wait a minute. They did use that fight to sell the show behind a paywall, and then they got all these people to subscribe. It would be, you know, what would be interesting, like real talk, y'all. Y'all know what would be interesting to look at the ratings of last season. They did a celebrity edition with Nene and them. It would be interesting to see what the last season numbers were versus this season numbers. And you can make a case to say, oh, because we know that violence sells, especially when it comes to reality TV. Yeah. It would be interesting to see what their subscribership went, or what the, not subscribership, but the ratings.
Yeah.
Now that would be
interesting. Know how to get the ratings in the chat? You guys are, you know what,
people do know how to find them. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna try to see if I can Google.
Okay. Hey, little baby, what's up, Alice? Marnie, thank you so much for coming over here. Oh, Cupcakes that made it over here, girl. You was late. You were late for your you was late today for your duty.
Cupcakes been working overtime this week.
I know, she been like, you gotta leave me alone. That's what you better do. And I've been over there doing that Nelly trial. Bat said he could have watched it free like I did. Well, he mad because he wish he would have got it for free, because he is mad that he done paid $9.99 for them to just say, psych. We not really gonna play that. Okay. Where am I at, y'all? Okay, let me go down. Defendants advertise a product with specific intent to gain subscriptions, viewers, and monetary funds from viewers. Plaintiffs subscribe to the advertised service specifically based on the advertising campaign that was presented. Defendants did not provide the advertised product and instead intentionally withheld the totality of the product from the consumer. They said they intentionally withheld the totality of the product. See, I understand that reality shows do a lot of heavy editing, but the fact that you did use a portion that you knew you wouldn't show people as a part of your trailer because it was your juiciest part of that season, that is pretty, deceptive, as my guy has pretty much explained in this complaint. Defendants did not provide the advertised product and instead intentionally withheld the totality of the product from the consumer. During the advertising campaigns, defendants have full knowledge that they did not intend to show all content of the trailer, but intentionally withheld this information from the potential subscribers and viewers. Plaintiff would not have subscribed or watched the show if he had known the trailer was inaccurate and would only show certain portions of the content. Plaintiff is entitled to remedies due to the violation of this act. He has a fourth cause of action, unjust enrichment. And he's pleading this in the alternative, which is basically an equitable remedy. So just in case the other statutory remedies don't fit, then he's claiming that there should be an equitable remedy, even if the other ones don't work. So he's pleading in the alternative, which is another theory, that they shouldn't be allowed to advertise whatever they want to advertise and then not act on their promise when the season comes and then get to take our money. So that's like you basically making money off of being deceptive, and you shouldn't be enriched. People should not be enriched for acting in a certain way. It's pretty much what unjust enrichment is. We're going to go through, because I'm sure he's going to explain it very articulately as we see all the way through this good complaint. This claim is pleaded in the alternative to the other claims set forth herein. As the intended and expected result of its conscious wrongdoing, defendants have profited from and benefit from the sales, subscriptions, and viewership of College Hill, including by plaintiff. Defendants have intentionally sought and voluntarily accepted and retained these profits and benefits with full knowledge and awareness that as a result of defendants' misrepresentations, fraud, and deceptive practices, consumers were not receiving full access to the advertised content. Plaintiff expected that when he subscribed to view College Hill, he would be granted access to all advertised content, especially what was conveyed in the show's trailer. Defendants have been unjustly enriched by fraudulent, deceptive, unlawful, and unfair conduct, and its withholding of benefits and unearned monies from plaintiff. He said, y'all ain't earned his money. So you guys got his money, and you guys didn't earn it because you did not do what you said you were going to do, which was the reason why I subscribed in the first place. Defendants should not be permitted to retain these profits and benefit due to the fraud alleged herein. Defendants are guilty of unjust enrichment. So y'all want to hear what he asking for? Y'all want to hear?
Probably when he's gonna lose me. This probably when he's gonna lose me.
This is when you like, wait a minute, sir. Yes, that bait and switch. That's exactly what it is, Dr. Mary McWilliams. That is a good description of what he's saying. You guys ready? Let me see you say yes. Say yes in the chat if you guys are ready to see what Mr. Cooper is requesting for all of this expenditure of money and time. This $9.99 and his time. They're monopolizing his time. All right, y'all. Here we go. The prayer for relief. Plaintiff prays for damages and injunctive relief against defendants. Plaintiff prays for money judgment representing general, special, punitive, and compensatory damages and all other sums of money together with interest for costs of suit and all impending discovery costs for that plaintiff will incur, because he planned on doing some discovery. He planned on going the long haul, even though he pro se. For pre-judgment and post-judgment interest is available by law for punitive damages. So he feel like they should be punished no less than $2 million.
Okay, now you playing. Now I was with you, bruh.
I was with you. Like they should be punished for lying to the public.
I was with you, bruh. I was with you, but you're doing too much now. Now you're doing too much.
For injunctive relief, ordering defendants to show the full content of the altercation between the cast of plaintiff for such other and further relief as this court may deem just and proper. And he wants a jury. He said he got his name and all that. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to put his personal information on here. But anyway, there we have it, guys. It sounds like someone else you know. Who would you? Well, who could that be that you're referring to that would ask for that type of money? Huh? Who could that be?
You're a clown. That's what you. Why don't you call me a cardboard bishop now? You tough? Call me a cardboard bishop now.
He's not gonna call you that.
Huh? Look on Facebook Live. Call me a cardboard bishop now. You clown. That's what you are. You clown. That's what you are. Why don't you say what you say on Facebook Live, sucker?
No.
It's that damn sucker that get me every time. It's that sucker. Oh my gosh! Like, are we in a 1970s black exploitation movie?
Oh, that's who you're referring
Who
to.
says
Okay,
Santa? Who does that? Who does that?
Oh my gosh, I can't right now. So there you guys have it. We have Mr. Cooper said he is over the deception and the lies on this reality show. He saw the trailer and was like, I gotta watch this ghetto fight. You guys need to give me this ghetto fight, and they didn't do it. Let me show you what he's referring to for some of you guys. Well, this is part of the trailer. This isn't the whole trailer.
You mix like me. You mix like, you know what's your problem? Your problem is that you really want to be a white girl. Let's just get down to the point.
Joseline.
No, Professor. Let's get down to the point.
Joseline.
Your problem is that you really don't even want to be black. Nothing black. She went there, so let me finish.
Wait.
Nah, you want to go there? Let me finish. There she go. Cry, baby, cry, baby, cry, baby.
We was ready.
He said after he saw that, Mr. Cooper said, so I'm about to go ahead and I'm going to subscribe to BT Plus. So when he was watching anxiously, because you know they save the good stuff to the end, like they always save it because they want to keep your attention throughout the season. So he said when he got to the end and they had that sign that said, we decided not to show it, he got mad because he went straight to the
Listen, wouldn't you have been mad too if you sat through 5 episodes of Ray J ass? Excuse me, of Ray J. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I'm gonna take the gum out of my mouth. I apologize. But if you sat through 5 episodes of Ray J and Joseline and all this other nonsense just to get to this fight, you get to the fight and it go and if the screen fades the black, baby, he probably got his popcorn ready. He was set up. He was ready to watch this fight. And they just went fade to black.
They played.
Listen, I don't know about the $2 million. But I really feel like he has a listen. I look at it from my point of view. As you were reading, I was pondering. I'm a YouTuber and I review TV shows, right? Now, I didn't do Celebrity Hill, but if I had decided to review Celebrity Hill, thinking this is going to bring traffic to my channel, this is going to bring subscribers to my channel, I hyped it up. We talked about the trailer. I did a video about it. I've been following Joseline. She did the interview on I remember that interview on Drink Champs. I watched it. Well, not the whole thing. I watched the clip. Okay. If I went through all of that just to get to a fade to black, baby, I'd be mad too. And you figuring that you were gonna make a little change on your YouTube chat and you ain't gonna get nothing. Because I'm not gonna watch the video.
Asia said spent $9.99 and need $2 million for the troubles.
You better go ahead. I wish I was reviewing it. I'd be like, Pam, let me file it. I want to join this lawsuit. I want to join it.
Listen, dog, when I started reading it, I'm not joking. At first, when I saw it, Cupcake sent it to me, right? So she's the one that sent it to me. And so she like,
see, she's working.
Right. She said, people just file anything. I said, oh, let me go look this up because I just got to see this for myself. So, you know me, I pulled the documents. I said, wait a minute, I'm about to go live. This bug is funny to me. That's what I call it. Like, did you see that lawsuit? And
I didn't even see it.
The more I read it, I was like, but it's not frivolous. You know what I'm saying? It sounds silly that you would care that much because it's a reality show. But from a legal perspective, he does have case law or statutory law, I should say. It's not case law, statutory law. He does have statutory law that would fit what occurred. He really does.
I mean, it sounds like a sound argument to me. I'm not saying he's going to win, but honestly, it sounds like a sound argument. How is it any different than, let's say, during Black Friday, a store, I ain't going to name a store because I don't want nobody coming for me. A store advertises this sale. They're going to have this sale going on. You wait till Black Friday, you get up in the middle of the night, you go stand in line. only to find out that not only is the sale, they done canceled the sale. Not they ran out of stuff, because you know they play that game on Black Friday too. Not that they ran out of the stuff that they just said, oh, you know what? We changed our mind. I be like, oh, that's false advertising. You done put it all in the paper. You done had commercials. I done got about my warm bed in the middle of winter to come down here to this store at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 3 at night, whatever, just to get this TV for $10. And you said you canceled the sale? Oh, hell no.
Mr. Cooper said he wanted to see this fight. He wanted to see it. He paid not like he feels like almost that's like you paying to see a boxing match. And then you get there and they like the boxers ain't showed up. And so you got this ticket in your hand. They done wasted your time, your good outfit. You done got a good haircut. You know, you done did all of this or whatever. And that's what I said when I first read it. I'm like, who got this much time to do? But you know what? This might be something that makes some of these networks say, we can't just do anything. Because I think they may think there's a certain demographic that obviously would not spend the money to go get a lawyer or do anything for this. So that's probably the furthest, because they got plenty of attorneys on staff. So, or that they consult with, or that's of counsel. So this might make
I wonder when they decided.
Okay.
I wonder when they decided to do it. I wonder if their intention at the beginning of the season was to show the fight. Because from my understanding, Alabama State actually asked them not to show it because they didn't want the school to be reflected in that negative light. So I'm wondering when they made the decision.
Did they tell them that though? Like when did it? Because what if they use that as their defense? Because if that's the case, then they use their campus, and maybe there's some type. Of course, if there's going to be some type of releases to use their property, there's paperwork for them to be on that campus like that. There's some type of contractual paperwork.
Yeah.
If that is a part of that, where if they do anything that may bring a bad light to the school or anything, that they can't show that, and that would be a defense. But when did you find that out? Did you literally know that you would never be able to show this only up to this point, but because you knew this would entice and reel in all of the viewers, you still advertised it anyway?
That's what I'm saying. I wonder when they decided not to show the fight, because that would be interesting too, to find out when they decided not to show the fight. Because like you said, if their intention was to show the fight, but they were contractually precluded from showing the fight, that might, like you said, that might be a viable argument. But listen, I'm with my man. What's his name again?
Mr. Cooper. That's what
I'm with Mr. Cooper.
Andrew said, I heard another blogger, it really wasn't ASU. They said their sources told them Joseline asked them not to show it because Amber whooped her butt. I hope that ain't it, because they about to listen. What they need to do is cut the check to Mr. Cooper, because 3-4 different entities just got sued. Mr. Cooper is pro se. He's probably putting in applications so his filings are free. He's probably doing a lot of things, and clearly he knows the law. Or if he doesn't know the law like that, he has someone who he knows, who's close to him, that's willing to ghostwrite and help him with this. That may not put their name on the pleading, but he's getting some type of help. But what the money you do what's called a cost-benefit analysis. So when a lot of people settle, it's not necessarily because they are saying they're liable or that they even agree. Usually their settlements will say, we're not settling because we believe that we're liable. In fact, we believe we're not liable. That if it came in front of a judge or it came in front of a jury, the jury would fine for us. But we just want to do this in order to kind of quell and prevent the cost of litigation and paying attorneys. They will probably have to give large deposits for each different individual entity that he named to try to pay for an attorney. You have to respond to this if they get served. So if that occurs, it may be more financially wise for them on a cost-benefit analysis level to go ahead and just pay this man. To just go ahead and pay him. Because, and then what might happen if people are not reading the whole complaint. People are seeing the blogs or articles that's just kind of cursory talking about it. And when you look at it, it is clickbait, and you like, oh, that's just stupid. Like that's your first reaction. Like who would like do that? It ain't even that deep. We were cracking up when I was like, girl, did you hear about this? But then now you read it, like, he got something to that.
Yeah. They better call that man and offer him about $50,000 for him to go on somewhere.
Your local neighborhood dad said, I want $250,000 or we can settle out of court right now for 50. I'm with you. I'm mad. I said in the beginning that I ain't watching because I started to go ahead and binge watch it or something. So you looking for?
I wish I had been reviewing it on my channel.
Part of your team?
Because I could add that it hit my business. My business is reviewing TV shows. The messier, the better. Look at my numbers for Escape, SWV. They was through the roof. People wanted week to week to see all the mess and the drama with them. Ciao.
Well, he's asked Asia said, but auntie, he only asked for $2 million so they can settle out for what he really wants. It's a smart tactic. That is what you do, is you always throw numbers on a complaint, and typically it is a way lower number by the time you settle. But he's saying punitive damages. Like he's saying this for punishment. He's not saying like compensatory damages, that this is the amount of money he can prove actual costs out of his pocket. He's saying they should be punished for this deception. So how much is the punishment? If we get stats in this show that they made $100 million off of lying, and 75% of the people said after the first season, I wasn't gonna watch it no more. Should they be punished by some major amount that would stop them in the future from trying to just entice people to watch their show that they know they're not going to show what people want to see?
Put me on that jury. You're going to get his money.
To deter you. It's for punishment purposes. So the amount is to deter you from doing that type of behavior again. It's really for punishment. It's not your actual cost out your pocket.
He's going to get my money. Put me on that jury. I'm voting yes. I am voting yes. Put me on that jury.
And so let's see. The downside for the plaintiff is the defendants with money can drag it for years. And that is true. They have unlimited money.
That's true.
That is they have unlimited money, and he's trying to be pro se. But the problem is, if people really read this, you think an attorney, this is good publicity. You think an attorney wouldn't go ahead and take this case pro bono? If I was in California, I probably would be calling Mr. Cooper like you. I know you either you affiliated with an attorney or you in law school or whatever, because he actually does have a point. He has a point in here. It's not just a totally frivolous. I have no points in law. I'm just putting a bunch of facts that I'm mad. A lot of people do these frivolous lawsuits out of emotion, not because it really happened to them.
Look at what Love Jones said. Love Jones said, I didn't look at it that way because after the first season, I said I wasn't going to watch it anymore. See, a lot of people saw that trailer and was like, oh, hold up. I know they did.
And he might be able to contact people. That's what he should do. He should do a petition for anybody that watched that joint and said that they only subscribed to it or watched it or what have you because of that trailer. And see how many people out here have the same contention as him. They just not gonna sit up there and spend no money to sue nobody, or didn't know how.
People were pissed. So you watched like YouTube, Twitter, the Shade Room and stuff. People were pissed when they didn't show that fight. The people were mad for real, for real. Go follow that hashtag and look at the Twitter. Go find College Hill, Celebrity College Hill. You look at that Twitter from the other night. Baby, they were mad. Ooh, they was hot.
So when was the last episode? It just happened where they didn't show the fight?
This happened this week. It was supposed to be the episode.
He wrote this up already?
So he was mad. Pat was mad.
He did put the dates in there, and I didn't even catch like that. June just happened. Like,
yeah, he had his popcorn ready. He was ready to go. Okay. It was his stress reliever. He worked hard. He in law school or a paralegal, or he doing something in the law. and he was stressed out, and that is his release. That is his mental health day.
He
That is
wrote
what
that
he
up
does.
quick. Yeah, you got to be mad to write them clear, succinct, and very articulate complaints in that short period of time. Tion said, I think this case is going to change the way networks advertise trailers. They use bait and switch tactics to lure paid subscribers.
Because think about it, that's valid. That's really valid.
Yeah, I think
think about it. You have all of these paid platforms now. So you want me to pay for cable, and on top of cable, now you want me to pay for Peacock and Paramount Plus and BET Plus and Hulu and Netflix. So you want me to pay for all of this stuff on top of the stuff I'm already paying for. You're luring me there with the promise that I'm gonna get something behind this paywall that I can't get on the other side. So now I'm giving you an extra $7 a month, $20 a month, $5 a month. And if what you promised me isn't there, that's not, I agree with Tion. I think that will make, because we know that that's the wave. That's the direction that TV is going in, and everybody's got this extra bonus platform, and they got to find a way to get you to subscribe to it.
He said they feeling lied to by BET. Love Jones said
he wrote that like I quit.
See, I missed y'all over there in that good chat with Melly, but we about to get out of here. I just had to show you guys. We've been on here for an hour. Thank you guys for joining us, and of course, engaging in the chat. Tell them where to find you at. Really, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already.
Yeah, the
way these blogs are, they not really showing the whole complaint, which make it look at it a little bit different. Just a little bit different once you read the complaint.
Yes. So yes, make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe. You can find me at Really Be TV on YouTube, and that's what I do. I do celebrity news and gossip. I review TV shows. So listen, I don't review College Hill though. I wish I would.
I'm mad at the beginning because I didn't read the complaint. Oftentimes I'll pull it and then I don't have time to read it. So I'm reading it as I'm reading it to you guys. If I would have known that, I sure wouldn't have gave a disclaimer in the beginning that I ain't never watched it before. Because I can't even fake the funk. Now I have to take the video down and hope ain't nobody shared it nowhere.
I wish I had watched it, because I'd have been like, Pam, I'm so distraught. I'm so upset that I did not see that fight. And listen, and I'm proud of him for admitting that, listen, I only subscribe so I can see this fight. I don't care about nobody going to college. I don't care about no Ray J. I don't care about none of this other stuff they talk about. I just wanted to see the fight.
He was honest. He was honest probably on what a whole lot of people watched it for. He was honest.
Absolutely they did.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show, and we're going to holler at you next time.
All right, thanks for having me, Pam.